Kumar, can I start just by asking you about your first season here at Surrey? Obviously, there's been the promotion, you've got a one-day final coming up. But how much have you enjoyed your first season?
Well, I think I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Coming into a new dressing room, you're always never sure what the environment will be like. But coming in, I knew that 40 was here, and that's a big plus because the man that he is and the coach that he is, wherever he goes, his impact is wonderful and positive, and he knows exactly how to build a lasting and telling culture in the dressing room. And coming over here, it was very easy for me to fit in. Quite a bit of an age disparity between me and some of the boys in the dressing room, but I think what Surrey has tried to achieve this season has been about teamwork, team building, ensuring that individuals are valued and everyone buys into a common goal, that is to win as many games as possible and of course get promoted, hopefully win the division, do well in limited overs cricket and hopefully win a trophy there. And I think the journey has been wonderful, and the dressing room is a very special place at the moment, and I think that's something that we have to take care of, nurture into the next season and beyond.
Every dressing room is made up of different personalities. As you say, though, this is a great dressing room. Normally the dressing room is led by the captain. How impressed have you been by the way Gareth Batt has done things this season?
Well, I think Gareth has been an inspiration and a revelation as a leader and captain, not just as a nominated captain going about his work on the field, but the way he's embraced his fellow teammates and really made a very telling impact in their own personal lives away from the field. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss. You see all those sessions of talking, of planning, of getting to know his players. You see the results of it out on the field. The way you take a young Sam Curran at 17 and how he's come in, fitted in and blossomed. The way Stephen Davies, Jason Roy and Burnsy have blossomed this season. The way Tom Curran has taken responsibility. The way Jade Dernbach continues to give his all for Surrey. You see Gareth, how well he knows his players, how well he knows them as individuals and as people, and how he manages to really connect with them in the best way possible. And I think, to me, having played under great captains in the past, having been a captain myself, Gareth is right up there. And I think Surrey and the team must say a very special thank you at the end of the season to what Gareth has been doing behind the scenes. And of course, his performances on the field, to me at this moment, him and Moeen Ali are the two best spinners in England. And the enthusiasm and the fire he shows for the fight out there is wonderful. And it's just been a very, very special experience.
You mentioned it there, that those younger players, they have, as you say, I think, and you know this better than anybody, with any team, that they know what their roles are and they play their cricket together and get into situations and learn from situations. It might be a losing situation, but they learn how to win games of cricket, and that's what I've noticed this season, that even in difficult situations someone has always put their hand up, hasn't they?
Yeah, I think it's about self-confidence, self-belief, especially in their own skill, and knowing that their skill is valued in the team. And also the fact that Gareth allows for situational leadership. It's never a case of I'm the captain and everything happens the way I say. It's about being very, very open to suggestions, very open to other people taking the limelight and taking the lead in tough situations, but at all times taking the responsibility onto himself. And I think that again shows in the way we've won games. We've won games from very, very tight situations. We've won some easy games as well. But starting from the first game of the season, when Jason Roy and Stephen Davies, managed to chase down 220 in about 15 overs, that really set us off. But holding that team together, nurturing it, and ensuring that everyone keeps that belief very strong and does the hard yards in their off-field and preparation, and also in their training. That's the tough part, and I think we've managed to do that very well. So that then has a domino effect when we go on the field, where everyone then understands their roles, understand that they've got to do a job, and takes a lot of pride in doing that for the side. and that's what we've seen in tough situations.
And how impressed have you been? We always talk about the youngsters in the side, but in that as well, I sort of categorise Zaffa, Rory Burns, who are still, they're pretty fresh to their careers, and then obviously you've mentioned the Currans in there, Ben Folkes in his first season, James Burke's come in and do a terrific job as well. How impressed have you been by the youngsters, the future of Surrey County Cricket Club?
Well, I think everyone has a place in the future of Surrey cricket. You take a player like Gary Wilson. He's just been such an important part of our setup. It's been, in tough situations when you want someone to fight it out and really, be tough. You can count on Wilson. And when the youngsters see that in Wilson and Gareth Batty, they are then inspired in turn to do as well when time comes for them to take on that responsibility. I think Burns has been a fantastic has played a fantastic leadership role. Yeah. He's very switched on. He knows his game very well. He's played brilliantly this season, I think. Flown under the radar, unfortunately, when it comes to England aspirations. But I think in him you see the steel that we're trying to build here at Surrey. James Burke, he's been so good for us. If you take his performances, every time the chips have been down, whether it be it in a 4-day game when he's playing, or be it in a 1-day game, he's managed to come and do something in a space of 2 or 3 overs that has changed the game. The important thing is that everyone is not the same at Surrey, and that is the most valuable thing we have in the dressing room. Everyone's different, they've got different attributes, different strengths, and we managed to bring all of that together, that uniqueness in each player together, and it's been a celebration of those individuals that we managed to gel into a team performance. I think Stephen Davies, what an amazing player. He's got time enough for a cup of coffee, when facing up to a bowler, once the bowlers let the ball go. Jason Roy playing for England at the moment, what a wonderful player, and he's going to have such an amazing future. But the key is for everyone to have an exchange of ideas and thoughts, to have conversations, not only about what you're going to have for dinner or what you did over the weekend, but also about cricket and life in general. Zaffa Ansari, an amazingly simple, humble, wonderful cricketer. And again, I see him playing for England in the very near future. So all of these players, have given a lot of themselves this season to the team. And it's something that we must value, but also encourage them to keep doing in the future.
And for you personally, how much have you enjoyed your batting this season? I'm not going to sit here and tell you what a fantastic player you are, because everybody knows that. But how much have you enjoyed your batting, and also batting with these players out there in the middle as well?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, it's hard to say how much, but it's been one of my best county experiences, probably my best county season, to come in with these youngsters and to achieve what we have done this season, and to have played a part in it. I've enjoyed my batting out there, but more than that, I've enjoyed watching the other Surrey boys bat, because sitting or batting with them out in the middle, or sitting in the dressing room, it's very nice to get a first-hand feel of how they go about their work, and how committed and how talented they are. But even more than that, I think it's just getting to know the boys, having a beer, having a chat, having a meal. That's what cricket is all about. It's not only about going out there and batting and scoring runs or taking wickets or fielding. It is life in its own way, and the entire experience has been very good.
And how much are you looking forward to a Lord's final? Because you've obviously scored hundreds at Lords, you've played in World Cup finals, but a domestic showpiece final, to do it with, obviously you're very, very fond of these lads as well, to be doing it with them, it'll be a special day, won't it?
It's going to be a very, very special day. The key for us is to enjoy that day. Forget that it's a final, forget that it's Lords, not to get overawed or overwhelmed, but to really appreciate what's brought us there, and then be able to repeat it on the day, to keep our focus on the task at hand, to keep our thoughts simple. But whatever the result is, the journey has been wonderful. If we can top it off with a win, even better. but that result is not going to take anything away from the season that we've had and the way the players have grown, and the way individuals have blossomed and the team has shown its character. So we're all looking forward to it, and as we slowly prepare towards it, I think the excitement will heighten. But I just hope that we keep our eyes on the ball and our minds on what we're there to do: execute our basics, execute our skill, trust in each other, and enjoy a wonderful game of cricket.
And just looking ahead to next year, obviously Surrey will be playing First Division cricket. You have a group of players that have done it all together this season. Personally, I think Surrey are ready to go up and play First Division cricket. And again, for you, that must be something to look forward to, the challenge of going up with these lads and play. You've done it before, you've played in First Division cricket in this country, it is a step up for everybody, but it must be a challenge that you're looking forward to as well, I'd have thought.
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing about what we've done this season. It's about stepping up and facing and overcoming challenges, and next year it's going to be a bit more difficult. But it's again about skill and belief and preparation. I think preparation is going to be very, very important from here till then, not just from the players' point of view, but from management, coaching, just getting everything right and geared towards us doing well in Division 1. That the talent and the ability is there. It's just a case of switching on and understanding what it's going to be about, and not being surprised by what we're going to face and the quality we're going to face there. But roll with the punches, enjoy the wins, the draws, the losses, whatever it may be. We've got to enjoy it, and we've got to learn, and we've got to grow, and that's going to be the key again next season.